know Istanbul, and the majority of us know that it's divided into two sections. Here we have the European part, and there the Asian one, by Bosphorus Strait. So we can consider Istanbul like the majestic city of two continents. And as most of us know, that Istanbul is the main destination for Arabs and foreigners to buy properties or invest through real estate or other businesses. Great taste. That's mainly because Turkey provides many privileges for investors, such as offering residencies easily or obtaining Turkish nationality by buying property for $250,000 or by depositing $500,000 in a Turkish bank for 3 years. Hereby, I give you one important info about Istanbul. One of the most expensive areas and the best luxurious one is located alongside the Bosphorus Strait of both sides and starting over the first bridge up to the third new one. However, have you ever asked yourself why the Bosphorus area is considered one of the most expensive ones in Turkey? Is it because of its closeness to the seaside? Apparently not, as there are many areas overlooking the sea. Is it because the view of the Bosphorus Bridge? That's also not true, as there are 3 bridges in Istanbul connecting 2 continents. For us to know the answer of this question, let's go back in time. Istanbul, in the name of Byzantium, Constantinople, was the capital of a number of states and empires throughout its long history, until 1453, when the Sultan Mehmed II entered the city, making it the new capital of the Ottoman Empire. Sultan Mehmed inaugurated his first business by working to revive it economically and lifting it from the miserable situation it was in. So he ordered the establishment of the large covered market, Kapalı Çarşı, and called the fleeing residents from the Orthodox and Catholics to return to their homes in the city and secure their lives. To inhabit the city and increase its population, he sent to the provincial governors in Rumeli and Anatolia, asking them to send 4,000 families to settle in the capital, whether they are Muslims, Christians, or Jews, in order to make its society a multicultural one. The Sultan also constructed many architectural monuments in the city out of his desire to make it the most beautiful capitals in the world and the capital of science and arts. So he ordered the construction of institutes, palaces, hospitals, khans, baths, large markets, and public parks, and the repair of demolished walls and old buildings. Above all, the Sultan encouraged the ministers, senior statesmen, and the rich society to construct shops, baths, mansions, and other buildings that give the capital splendor and life. Among the most prominent landmarks left by Sultan Mehmed the Conqueror, the Topkapi Palace, which he ordered to start building around the 60s of the 15th century. 50 years after the conquest of Constantinople, the city became one of the largest and most prosperous cities in the world. After the establishment of the Turkish Republic in 1923, President Mustafa Kemal Atatürk transferred the center of the capital to Ankara. At the beginning of the 40s and the 50s of the 20th century, the architecture of the city changed radically as many squares, avenues were divided and constructed, such as Taksim Square. In 1960, the government of Adnan Menderes wanted to develop the country, so it built many factories on the outskirts of the city, which in the 70s stimulated the people of Anatolia to migrate to work in these factories and live in the city. And this led to a tremendous rise in the rate of housing demand, which led to the development and annexation of many villages and forests surrounding the city, making Istanbul the 7th largest city in the world.
Due to the development the city has witnessed and its economic growth, the original inhabitants of Istanbul became utterly rich, so they started building big mansions overlooking the Bosphorus, which made it in our time the cheapest mansion is worth nothing less than $2 million. The growth in industrial and economical sectors and the increasing number of built-up mansions raised the value of each square meter up to the maximum limits, and because of that the investors always keeping the eyes on investing in this area so they have the highest profit and value in the shortest time possible. Again to mention, very important info, no mainland connects the two continents of the city of Istanbul. It's connected just by 3 bridges and 1 tunnel under the sea. The majority of inhabitants in the Bosphorus area are the original Turks of Istanbul, and they are proud enough to live in this fantastic side of the world. So if you would like to have your own villa or mansion, you can live here, enjoying your property to the max. All the villas here or mansions are located directly on the sea. If your budget is limited and you are still interested in living here in the lovely Bosphorus area of Istanbul, there are many chances, flats or units in full compound systems overlooking the sea and the bridge of Istanbul. At the end, what I'm trying to tell you, that having your own apartment or villa in this region of Istanbul doesn't equal owning few bricks and walls. You are buying a part of history which embraces the stories of Istanbul's natives.